think you should.
Very recently, at the Overwatch anniversary event in New York, a YouTuber by the name of Force Gaming was invited to attend and speak with Jeff Kaplan himself. And during his interview, he mentioned that the Overwatch team is looking to implement skins in Overwatch from other IPs of Blizzard. So we're talking WoW, StarCraft, Diablo, and every other game that they own. What I'd like to do today is go ahead and look at some skins that we could probably anticipate getting if Blizzard were to go through with their plan and incorporate other characters of Blizzard games into Overwatch skins. Let's start off with some very obvious skins that I think we would definitely see if the Overwatch team were to decide to incorporate other Blizzard games into their skins. The first hero I'd like to discuss is Roadhog, because Diablo and World of Warcraft both have characters that would fit Roadhog's model and theme extremely well. The World of Warcraft skin that would fit onto Roadhog would be the Abomination. As you can see on screen, the Abomination features a model that could easily be replicated or modified onto Roadhog. He has a very large hook, just like Roadhog, and although he doesn't have a gun, the general, I guess, vibe you get from him, I don't know how else to describe it, is very Roadhog-like. He's fat, short, and they've got like this little thing on his back where Roadhog has his second gun on his back. The skin could definitely work, and I'm very certain we'd see this skin on Roadhog in Overwatch unless they incorporate this other skin from Diablo, the Butcher. Here's what the Butcher looks like in Diablo. Once again, definitely could fit onto a Roadhog player model. Fat, chubby, features a hook, which definitely fits the Roadhog aesthetic. And for both of these skins, the Abomination and the Butcher, I'm sure they could do something with the gun to make it match the skin, because neither the Abomination or the Butcher actually use a shotgun like Roadhog does, but I do not think that would stop the Overwatch team. They could definitely make something work. Here's a picture of all three of them side by side I happened to find, and this one is really well done. I really like how this would portray all the skins look in game. I think it does a really great job of showing exactly what I'm talking about, exactly what I mean when I say these skins would fit Roadhog perfectly. Now let's move on and talk about Reinhardt. Reinhardt is a perfect candidate for new skins because of his model and the way he is. He has a hammer and heavy armor, and when you have those two things, you can do a lot of customization with the hammer and the armor and his abilities, and I think I found 2 or 3 skins here that would fit him super well that I would not be surprised if we saw one of if Blizzard implements other skins. Let's talk about him, starting with Uther Reinhardt. Right off the bat here, you can't even tell me you don't see the resemblance to Reinhardt. We have the giant hammer, which is actually really cool, glowing blue with electricity, which we've seen they can actually do glowing effects now in his Cold Heart skin, I believe it is. And you could see giant shoulder pads, and he is unmasked right now, but there are times Uther does wear a helmet, and you could definitely have a variant of the skin with a helmet and without, or maybe 2 different color variants, and they could definitely take this book he holds in his left hand and incorporate it into the shield somehow. This is seriously perfect for Reinhardt. I don't see how we would not get this skin unless this other one comes. Fire Lord Reinhardt, yes, based off of Ragnaros himself. As you can see from the concept art here, the theme fits pretty well. This definitely looks like it could be a Reinhardt skin, and they can take the animations from the freezing Reinhardt skin, the cold fire effect, and totally add a red flaming fire effect to the shoulders of this skin. We think that all the tools are already there. This skin could work super well. Let's take a look at Ragnaros here just for a second so you can see how similar he can look to Reinhardt in the right setting. You saw with the concept art that it works really well, but this is what just Ragnaros looks like, and even here you can see this would make a great Reinhardt skin. So I'm hoping we'd see this as well. Up next, let's talk about D.Va, because we haven't been giving StarCraft any love here in today's video. Well, D.Va has 2 StarCraft themed skins that I think we could see one of, but the other basically has no chance. And the only reason I include the other is because it's a actually very popular piece of fan art that you might have already seen already. Let's start with the one I doubt we'll see, which is Zerg D.Va. As you can see here, D.Va would be inside of some living creature instead of her mech. That creature would basically be her mech. However cool that may be, I do not think Blizzard would implement that because it would change. It'd have to change a lot. Her self-destruct would be this Zerg creature just blowing up, and would it leave guts everywhere? Would it look like a normal explosion? I am not sure. Plus, there's also the fact that she'd be like jumping in and out of this living creature. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it fitting Blizzard's, you know, art style at the very least. There's a chance it could happen, but it would have to be heavily modified. The other one I think we could definitely see though is Thor D.Va, which you can see on screen here, which is based off of the Thor armor, I guess, or it's like a Thor mech unit that you can actually use in StarCraft 2. There are a lot of other mechs and other beings and creatures in StarCraft, so I think honestly the possibilities are very wide and ranged as far as D.Va skins go from StarCraft. There's a lot we could definitely see. I'm not guaranteeing that there's going to be a Thor D.Va skin. I'm not guaranteeing any of these, actually. I just found fan art for this one, so I decided to share it with you because, well, given that D.Va in the lore is a StarCraft player, it would be stupid, I think, for Blizzard to not incorporate a StarCraft skin if they're taking skins from other games. So it had to be included. Now let's go over a few other heroes. I only have one skin for each of the rest of the heroes in this game, but they're all pretty good and I think would fit pretty well, so let's talk about them. The first one is Auriel Mercy. Now this is Auriel, I think I'm saying that right, from Diablo, and I don't know her lore too much. I'm not familiar with Diablo, but just looking at her you can definitely see how she could be made into a Mercy skin. She's got the wings, the angelic like features. I believe she's an archangel if I'm not mistaken, and they could definitely do something to change her up to make her look like Mercy, similar to this concept art right here. Not too different than just Auriel herself, other than adding a face, but that's all you really would need to do to make this skin into Mercy, and obviously add a staff, which I think would be pretty cool. The final skin we have for today is a goblin-themed Junkrat skin. Now here is a concept art I found of a goblin-themed Junkrat skin, but just know that this skin fits far better than just visually. Goblins in WoW lore love explosions, they love being like goofballs, I guess that's the way to think. They laugh a lot, and I think Junkrat is already just has the personality of a Warcraft goblin, so this skin would be a must-have. Their love for explosives and their personality, it's already been said. I am so positive we'd get a goblin skin for Junkrat if this all goes through. Like I've said many times, if this all goes through, I'm thinking 99% chance we'd get a skin like this. It might not look exactly like this, but something similar. Tell me what you guys think about all these skins down below in the description. I think these are all very probable if what Jeff says is true. I have to keep making that if statement because otherwise people will put words in my mouth. And be sure to tell me what you guys think. Leave feedback down in the description, and I'll see you guys all later. Have a good one. Lone Hawk out.